The Dragons with 6 of their new players in the lineup. Ben Hunt playing his first game up against South Sydney, the team that went down in the grand final. And remember, we always talk about motivation after losing a grand final. How far will that drive South Sydney? But Ben Hunt, a fantastic season last year, cut short after a broken leg in about round 15, missed the last couple of months. That certainly hurt the Dragons' chances of playing finals footy. One of their new signings this year, Jaden Sewer, current State of Origin edge player, fantastic for South last year, played 25 games. He'll be great for them. I think that's a great signing, Jaden Sewer.
And the Rabbitohs out onto the field. They maybe just outnumber the Dragons fans here, but it's terrific support. And the further we drove, the further we left the rain behind. I mean, there are some menacing clouds surrounding or overhead, but the rain stopped around about Lithgow, and then you turn and head north. And we have a fast track for the match, and Cody Walker will like that.
Yeah, he'll have a fast track, Cody Walker. An incredible year with the football last year. Just look at those numbers, 37 try assists, the most in the league, 58 line break assists, again, the most, and he scored 16 tries. So Cody Walker had an incredible 2021 season with the footy in his hand, and we'll see what he does this year. New halves partner in Lachlan Ilias. Will that play a part in the game that Cody Walker puts forward? So a lot to learn, and then a couple of weeks' time we'll be doing battle in the real thing.
And before kick-off, there will be a moment's silence as we mark the passing in the off-season of John Raper, of Norm Proven, world champion halfback for the Dragons, Mark Schulman.
John Raper, Norm Proven and Mark Schulman. If you are able, please stand for a moment's silence. May they rest in peace. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, we all obviously know the great deeds of Chook Raper and Sticks Proven, but Mark Schulman, Brandy, what a brave little halfback he was, jockey size, 1977 grand final winner. Goes down on record as probably the smallest player to ever play first grade in Australia.
5'2" and 60 kilos. He was jockey size, literally.
Black armbands for the Rabbitohs too. A heavy heart. Alex Johnston, his grandmother passed away last night. Show of respect from the Rabbitohs. Charity Shield 2022 edition underway. A tradition that started all the way back in 1982 in front of 11,000 fans at Redfern Oval. And the Rabbitohs with their first use of the football. They will play Brisbane in round number 1. Friday week on Fox League. This is Totola with the ball, his first carry. And the Rabbitohs 25 metres out from their own line. Brandy has wrapped the playing surface. Honestly, you could eat off it. It is absolutely immaculate again. The ground staff here to be congratulated for the facilities they turn out year in, year out. Nichols on the run. He's wearing the number 13 on his back tonight. And back for the first kick, a standard set from the Rabbitohs. Ilias with the first kick. Ramsey back at left wing. Slightly different looking Cody Ramsey in 2022. He's added a little more weight in the off-season.
Well, that was the first kick for Lachlan Ilias of 2022, and that will be the part of the game that will need to be strong, because Adam Reynolds, one of the best long and short kickers of the ball. So if you're looking at filling some shoes, the kicking game of Reynolds will be what Ilias will need to be right on top of this year.
Last 2 tackles really solid from the Rabbitohs, and they put one there on their former teammate Jaden Sewer, and Woods does well to right the ship and make 10 metres on that run. Now very much in the veteran class. He'll turn 31, first round of the premiership. That ball's gone loose behind Surley. Play on for Ramsey. There's no shortage of steppers out there tonight. Players who can bust a tackle. Hunt's first kick. This will be hard to catch on the full. It kicks on, and I don't think the Rabbitohs will mind that. I don't think anyone wanted to get under that one. It wasn't quite hit as he'd hoped, but that didn't make it any easier to catch, Brandy.
Well, the bounce was favourable for South Sydney. It could have been an awkward one because it landed a fair way infield, just off the side of his boot there, looking for the torpedo punt. Slid it towards this right touch line. A ball that straightened up might have been problems there for South Sydney.
On the sideline, he has one of the best jobs in the rugby league world tonight. Jake Duke soaking up a terrific atmosphere.
Yeah, good evening, gentlemen. What an atmosphere it is. 8,000 fans expected to be in the house as we see the Rabbitohs get a penalty. Two of the most passionate fan bases in the NRL. And fingers crossed, as you said, the rain holds out because it's actually been quite muggy here today. So the surface is in great condition. Great conditions for footy. A little bit of a breeze coming behind the Rabbitohs here in the first half. And they are aiming to hold the Charity Shield for the 10th straight year. Can the Dragons break the hoodoo tonight?
The temperature got up to around 24-25 today. Rabbitohs here with an opportunity, as you can see, 40 metres away from the Dragons line. Laurie goes low in there on Nichols. In a week he signed a new contract. Now Cook switching to right side. Ilias, quick hands. Walker's ball was turned without looking, really. And there's another man that can be counted in the veteran class now, Mansell, 31 years of age to start the season. Rabbitohs flat with Walker and Nichols. Walker left us with a reminder of his talents grand final night. What a try for South Sydney. And here go the Rabbitohs on that right side. Graham offloaded. There's Walker. He's offloaded back to Graham. A scything tackle by de Bellin. Last play, Rabbitohs. Short side, Walker's kick. Hit a red and white wall, and St George Illawarra have possession. Bird it was who ended up on the loose ball. So the Dragons on their own 10, but a spirited start to the Charity Shield. On a night where there'll be more football after this, with the Broncos and the Cowboys to do battle on Fox League. Sewer locking horns there with Ilias, and well, there you go, penalty against Jackson Paulo.
There's no doubt he'll get tested on this side of the field. Lachlan Ilias just did enough there on Jaden Sewer to grab the arm. He'll go back out to the right though. Cody Walker will defend left. So again, no set restart there. Penalty inside the 40, and hence Dragons kick for line. As we've highlighted a number of times, I think we're all on the same page with that one. We agree with that tweak of the rules. Yet another touch for Sewer. Low down around his legs was Hame Sele. There's a number of players that have either Rabbitohs who've played for the Dragons or Dragons who've played for the Rabbitohs that we're seeing here tonight. That always adds a little bit of spice to the match as well. Nice and flat from Own there. He's got some silky skills, this young number 6 for the Dragons. Now McCulloch, Dragons' first real scoring chance of the night. Hunt brings Sloan in, then for Ramsey! Big dive! Horizontal, parallel to the ground, he got it down. It's shades to the Perth Nines from a couple of years ago. One big difference, I think he got it down correctly. I'm pretty sure he did, Andrew. An acrobatic from Cody Ramsey. Tyrell Sloan delivering the pass across the face of Moses Sewell out to Ramsey, and the Bunnies did look short. The long ball out to Jack de Bellin, then Ben Hunt, and then it was a 3-on-2. They just had to get it right and execute. And Tyrell Sloan did that, going across the face of Moses Sewell, and just enough space there for Cody Ramsey. That is a beauty. That is a ripper there from Cody Ramsey. Got on the outside of Josh Mansour. And just had too much speed. Look at that. He's almost over the top. Almost over the top of the corner post.
Brandy, his boots almost knocked the pie out of the bloke in the corner, the other side of the fence. That's how far out he was.
Well, he's 4 foot in the air there. He is 4 foot in the air and did a remarkable job to control the footy. One-handed put down, that's all he could do. Had to try and balance himself as he threw himself into the air. That's a great put down.
Nothing half-hearted about that. For a pre-season trial, you mightn't see a better put down in all of the season. And now over to Zach Lomax. We so often wax lyrical about the South Sydney lethal left. That was pretty handy on the left side of the Dragons. Lomax misses, 4-0 scoreline, Jake on the sideline.
And how exciting is this for Dragons fans to see these two young guys link up, Tyrell Sloan and Cody Ramsey, as we see an incredible put down there from Ramsey. These are the two guys that are basically vying for the fullback position here at the Dragons. Ramsey got the start last week, probably didn't have the best game that he wanted, but Tyrell Sloan with a chance tonight, and they're linking up for that one to start off well for the Dragons.
Well, that's got the Dragons fans excited here, and those of you Red and White Brigade watching on Fox League tonight, that is something special right here. Woods on the carry back there. I must say those close-up shots too of Ramsey, ready, physically stronger looking.
Yeah, I think he had to be. He's a lightweight, certainly powerful, but a lightweight, and he does look like he's put on 5 or 6 kilos, which will certainly help him if he plays on the wing. He'll be doing plenty of carries.
DeBellin in the middle there. Nichols, Cook, and Klamatungi in the tackle. He's gone off the mark by a good 5 metres there. DeBellin, and he took it back about 20 centimetres to play it. We're back underway.
Great tackle there, Campbell Graham on Moses Surley. That's a battle on that side of the field.
Dragons attacking close to the ruck. What about this? Ramsey's got another chance and shows us the speed. The Dragons looking to put back-to-back try the year contenders in early. That's amazing stuff. Lethal left. It belongs to the Dragons. Sensational, Brandy.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant there from the Dragons. They went down that left side on tackle 4. I thought they were too close to the sideline, and then Ben Hunt on the last play decides to flip it inside to Tyrell Sloan. What a classy player he is. They keep the ball going. Surley did a great job to get it quickly out there to Ramsey, and then just too much speed. Too much speed for the South's cover defence. The acceleration there from Cody Ramsey was able to position his player back on the inside, and it was Jack Bird who does the job to score a try. It's back-to-back. They didn't even get through a set.
Have the Dragons channeled Parramatta here? One grand finalist, the Premiers, have been wiped out in a pre-season trial tonight, and the Dragons have started hot against the other grand finalists tonight. That is a super rugby league try on top of an out-of-this-world finish just a few minutes earlier from Ramsey.
Yeah, look, and there's been debate about who should be the fullback for the Dragons, whether it's Cody Ramsey, who started last week, or whether it's Tyrell Sloan. I think that little combination piece there between Ben Hunt and Tyrell Sloan, as Lomax pushes it out to the right this time, I think that says plenty about who should be fullback. That was a brilliant play there.
Now let's watch the tries again, Greg.
Yeah, well, the first try was down that left side. Cody Ramsey, Jack DeBellin out the back to Ben Hunt, and then it was a terrific ball from Sloan. Just gave Cody Ramsey enough room on the outside of Josh Mansour. Quick hands, saw them break down that left side again. Cody Ramsey just too quick and does a great job to position Jack Bird for tries back-to-back.
Don't mind the support play of Jack Bird either. He followed up on the play. Laurie back from the kickoff. After this one, we're off to Mackay. Cowboys and the Broncos tonight on Fox League, live and exclusive. Tomorrow, 3 NRLW matches, first round of the season. Into just the one NRL trial tomorrow. And now, with that postponed Titans-Warriors game today, we've got a double-header. Monday night football. When did that last happen? Double-header Monday night. David Riccio on the Telegraph last week writing that got a big push going for Monday night football. He'll be happy. Now there's 2 games. Live here on Fox League. So that kick, Hunt under a bit of pressure and attacking the footy well as Blake Taff.
Yeah, never easy when you're coming towards the ball. Blake Taft did a good job on that one because it was an awkward floating type kick there from Ben Hunt. Had to travel 10 or 15 metres pretty quickly to get underneath it, and then controlled it. What South didn't want was an error and more Dragons football.
So Paulo's come centre field. His 25 NRL games have all been on the wing, but he's looking to further press his claims for a start in the centres round 1. Mudgee to play it here. The hair hasn't got any shorter in the off-season. Now Nichols. Didn't spin. Laurie was the defender. Got up a little groggy. Laurie, this kick high to the wing of Rabbitohs. He's thinking, well, what about me out on the right side? I'm the try-scoring winger. It's been going Ramsey's way so far tonight.
Good hustle there from Jai Arrow. Led the chase and then just clung to Rabbitohs. Not an easy man to tackle. Didn't allow the Dragons any space off the kick return.
Now Lomax, injury hampered his progress last year, but we know his talent. Woods has started well, doing his job. He's run straight and hard. Do you want any more? Kick from Hunt inside the 40. He's got the angle. He hasn't quite got the power on the kick, and Taff able to cut it off. But the Dragons chase spot on.
Yeah, it was deep and didn't get the bounce. It straightened up against the angle he kicked it on. They get out of trouble, the Dragons, with a nice set and then a good kick from Ben Hunt.
Rabbitohs on their own 30-metre line. So, well, I don't think there's any great alarm or panic from Jason Demetrio, but and we're not playing for competition points, but he'd like to be the next to score. As it comes back for Walker. And Sloan underneath it. He's had the great experience and benefit of All-Stars camp leading into the trials. Enjoyed that week. He absolutely revelled in it.
Oh, he's a powerful runner, isn't he? Oh, there's little...
There we go.
Jaden Sewer's in there.
There we go.
Former
old teammates. That hasn't taken long. And it's a trial match. Jai Arrow then has gone over the face of Jaden Sewer. I'm not suggesting anything of a gouge kind, but he just gave him a little palm.
Now, was Cody Walker hit? No.
No, it doesn't. He's got a short wick, Cody. He's got a short fuse.
I was thinking Cody must have been hit after he kicked the ball, but that's not what happened. Jaden Sewer said something, Cody resented it, and back at him.
And there you go. Grand final teammates.
I think we just play the ball, don't we, and carry on.
Ziggy Sheklesa-Adamski in the middle. And look, I'll tell you too, he's a referee of great promise, and it's almost like he's been domiciled on the sideline for I don't know how long. I can't remember the last time he was in the middle, but I was impressed with him early in his career.
Okay. It's a penalty against you. You're trying, Cody, I just need you to listen. You've taken matters out of our hands, okay? We've cleared the contact on you, and then you've come back in and ruined it, mate.
There we go.
This end of the field?
Well, if there was any, if you were comparing force to the pushes, I guess Cody pushed him a little bit harder.
Yes, that's right. You went and ruined it to the referee. It's like you ruined the party. It was all fun until someone lost an eye. Dragons 30 metres away from the line. If I'm them, Sewer takes the next run, doesn't he? He's lurking one. Oh, late offload.
Backwards. I've called hell.
There you go.
I've called hell. Tackle one, Zach Lomax.
Pass as the ref call.
Wait, Zach.
Rabbitohs fans are happy with that. Sewer. And this time the front rowers are there to make the tackle. Silo into Tola, starting front rowers. We wait for the Burgess clash, the clash of the two 16s, Thomas and George tonight. Sloan to play it 11 metres away. Dragons on the hunt for a third straight try, and it's Hunt who delivers the pass. This is real pressure on South Sydney. Surely not a third try on the left. They come to the right. Hunt with a kick. He might find, oh, that's very sharp from Johnston. Really sharp, an absolute try-saver. Rabbitohs must have thought that is going to be there for me to dive on.
And he's got himself back in the field of play. Very smart there from Alex Johnston. Great clean-up, under pressure. Wins his side the football and then is smart enough. No hands put on him. Well, McCarley really didn't help himself. He could have squashed him there, and it would have been a line drop out back to the Dragons.
How are you feeling about this, Dragons fans? 8 out of 8 completed sets. 62% of the ball, couple of line breaks, and an 8-0 scoreline, courtesy of 2 tries. This kick long, South Sydney have got themselves out of trouble. They have been under enormous pressure. It's a good kick there from Ilias.
Oh, it's a great kick from Lachlan Ilias.
Hang on a second. Has he got,
it is a great
20-40?
kick.
I've just totally switched out to it. He has kicked a 20-40.
Have we only seen one? Has there been one of those?
Is Haley's comment out there?
I was surprised he even got his foot to the ball. The Dragons' defence was all over him, and he's kicked a 20-40 to get them out of trouble.
We just don't come to expect it. There's a flying pig over the stadium. It's incredible stuff from Ilias, the rookie halfback. That's a nice one to have in the resume. And from under enormous pressure, Rabbitohs now full set. 15 metres out from the line. Cook to the right. And this time Tola, or rather Sele, almost got to the line. McCulloch had to use considerable strength to stop him. Rabbitohs right. Kalomatangi, nice footwork. Back against the grain. Woods made the tackle there. Rabbitohs now a chance to spread. Walker goes short.
Great tackle, Ben Hunt.
Hunt and DeBellin. Tackle count has restarted. Rabbitohs will only need one. Paulo has got it down for Souths. Well, the catalyst for that is a 20-40 kicked by Lachlan Ilias.
Well, Zach Lomax out of the defensive line really gave South Sydney a 3-on-1 there. He didn't make the tackle that was required. Bit of footwork, but the 20-40 from Lachlan Ilias. We were only discussing at the start of the game how important the kicking game will be for South Sydney. Off the back of Adam Reynolds departing the Brisbane Broncos, Ilias with that pressure to kick as well as Adam Reynolds did, who arguably is the best, or certainly in the top 3 long and short kickers of the game. And Lachlan Ilias, I know there's a lot of kicking to be done over 2022, but that's not a bad start.
Well, that's, if you want to go like for like, that's an Adam Reynolds play, the kick like that. Adam, though, never got a 20-40. He got a 3-point field goal, a 2-point field goal, rather. He was the first one to do that.
And the good kickers in the game, they just know when and where and how to change momentum. And that's against the run of play. South Sydney battling to get out of their own end.
Blake Taff has the goal-kicking duty. 6 goals as a kicker last year in the shadows of Reynolds. And now, figuratively, he steps into very big boots as first-choice kicker, replacing one of the best in the game. Taff has nailed it first up. What a charity shield this is. 8-6 scoreline here on Fox League. Tremendous start to the match. And if you support the Rabbitohs, why not become a member as well if you haven't already? It's onwards and upwards for season 2022. And they are telling us the glory is within each. You can take your seat, become a Rabbitohs member today. Visit membership.rabbitohs.com.au. And all sorts of packages available.
Yeah, that was Cody Walker, the footwork. See the spin he got on the outside there. The Dragons have put it out on the full. How quickly things can turn around. 20-40 from Lachlan Ilias. Try for South Sydney. They converted, it's 8-6, and then from the kickoff they put it out in the full, and South will be on the attack again.
No, Anthony Griffin seen it before. There we go. So Ilias touch finder means South Sydney will have play number 1, 35 metres away from the Dragons line. That's Tola there with the first carry, centre field. Arrow is all set, ready to take the second one. There he is, Queensland Origin representative. There's a few of them out there in this match as well. It really is a star-studded pre-season match, this one. Nichols and Walker just feeding it along. South Sydney will threaten the Dragons again, a match that has turned very quickly. Jacob Host, the former Dragon, took that previous hit up. 7 metres away from the line. This would be quite a strike if they score again. And there is Ilias, put down, Kalomatangi. Look out, Sloan has got it. pressure relieved for St George Illawarra.
Yeah, Matungi just trying to drop back on the inside of Lachlan Ilias. The defence was up in Ilias's face, which forced him sideways. It was a pass that wasn't on. And he'll learn more as he plays more first grade. Sometimes you just need to hang on to the footy.
Well, now we've even got a bit of sun filtering through over Glen Willow Stadium. Great contrast to what many have experienced southeast Queensland, right across the coast of New South Wales. Lomax gets in a little wrestle there. Walker's got him. Tempers have settled down after the altercation earlier. Moan, and it comes, and George Burgess. Last played for the Rabbitohs 2019. Must feel a little odd for the big fella. Now Hunt. Sloan over the top. Ramsey is a go-to in the opening 20 minutes of this one. Hunt will kick on the last tackle. Taff will get a run up to the ball. Good positioning. He gets hammered in the air by Josh Kerr. I did like the work of Taff. He went back then to time his run forward on the ball.
Just before he got a foot on the ground, he was hit by Josh Kerr. I thought the Dragons had South again down that left side. Tyrell Sloan. There was a little opening there. He decided to throw the long ball out to Cody Ramsey. By that time, the cover defence was able to readjust itself, but there's some problems on that right side for South Sydney.
Great shot, the Fox cameras getting that one. Taff's eyes as he came down. He had enough just to see 110 kilos of Josh Kerr about to smash him. He knew he was in trouble. There was nowhere to go because he was on the way back down. Could not swerve out of the way. Oh, then Ilias has been cleaned up there by Burgess. The number 7 straight back to his feet. He didn't miss him. George Burgess. Cook. And short side play. Graham's pass knocked down. Could have been play on for Cook there.
St George. Second one South.
Hands from St George, knocked it forward. That was a big tackle from George Burgess on Lachlan Ilias. He went deep into the line, Ilias, and that's what Adam Reynolds did. That was part of his job. If Jason Demetrio, the South coach, talking about the role of Lachlan Ilias, that will need to happen a lot.
All right, here we go. Thomas Burgess joins the fray. George looks up. He's seen double. He sees his twin. Here they go. Never have they opposed each other in any competitive match. Plenty of competition backyard. Rabbitohs up quickly there on Taff. Johnston has got it.
Rabbitohs had a chance to intercept that ball, but he wasn't looking at the footy. He was just had eyes on the man that was going to receive it. I'm sure if he was watching the ball, he would have been able to snatch it out of the air.
Nice first touch from Thomas Burgess there, carrying a fair bit of weight with him. As Molo hopped on for the ride. Souths have got themselves right into the contest after conceding the first 2 tries. It slicked to the right, although the last pass to Graham, he had to check his run. Sully the tackler, quick play the ball. Ilias, and then centre field. Totola slows it down. Burgess has another touch. That's Thomas, 5 away from the line last tackle. Cook, Walker, deft kick, right across though. They've got the answers. It's Ramsey going to fullback.
And nicely cleaned up there from Cody Ramsey too. Positioned himself well, knew the danger was down the left side through Cody Walker.
Yeah, Walker's gone to, Ramsey to fullback, Sloan out to the left wing, Brandy. And Ramsey's in fine form, and they've kicked for Sloan. Sloan has got it on the full. That is brilliant. Sloan kicks again. Doesn't get the bounce. Now he gets the ball. Wonderful play. Red and white flash up the field here in Mudgee. It's a great area for Reds and Whites too. Now Sewer with the ball. He's offloaded. Amona's got it. Amon caught by Burgess. And a penalty as well.
George, you've never come back 10
The crowd's up on their feet.
Outstanding play there from Ben Hunt. Tyrell Sloan had moved out to the wing. I wonder if that was the reason he did move out there. Sloan taking it on the full. The kick from Hunt was perfect. And he's been sent to the bin.
so much for... Hey,
He's just run on.
The referee's got no romance. What about the Burgess clash? It lasted for a minute. And Thomas has now gone to the bin. He can be replaced, of course, but he's not out there for the 10 minutes that George is there. McCulloch, left side, Hunt, short. Molo there, got a glance at the line. Kaloamatangi and Ilias there. McCulloch, Hunt. This is great entertainment. Charity Shield. Ramsey. Little weave in his work there, caught by Ilias. He's working overtime. The new South Sydney halfback. Here is Hunt, just dumping the ball off, and George hit and spin. Arrow in the tackle. Dragons, right side, Hunt. Lomax does some serious dancing.
Oh, that's brilliant.
What a pass. He danced his way away from Johnston and then produces an 11 out of 10 pass to Rabbitohs.
Wouldn't you love to play outside Zach Lomax? That's not the first time we've seen him produce a pass like that, but that was brilliant. There's the kick from Ben Hunt. Set play, falls into the lap of Tyrell Sloan. He left the kick too long. Sloan should have just kicked it downfield. He beats everyone to the football. In the end, he did regather. They get a penalty, They go to the middle, they come back to the right, and the footwork and talent from Zach Lomax, that'll get the fans excited. That was brilliant. Look at it, he beats 3 bunnies on the way. He knew his man was down that right touch line. Position Blake Taft, flicks it out, and that's a great try. Jump, hop, skip, and that.
What about the 3 tries they've scored, the Dragons? Bottle that, take that into August, September. We will be talking about the Dragons as a finals contender.
Well, we saw South Sydney get out of trouble with a 20-40 from Lachlan Ilias. We just saw the Dragons get themselves out of trouble with a crossfield kick from Ben Hunt that landed on the money. Tyrell Sloan takes it 50 metres upfield, and off the back of it, they come up with another special piece of play, this time down the right side.
Well, the only thing they have to get right is the goal kicking. He's gone left and right. Now from the right side of the posts, he sprayed it again. Oh, Zach, what is going on?
Yeah, Zach Lomax here, we see the talent he's got. He actually missed 12 rounds last year with a thumb injury, but back in the Dragons' colours, and just to show you how important he was, when he had a full season in 2020, he actually scored almost half of the Dragons' points, scoring 13 tries and kicking 63 goals. A little off target with the boot tonight, but he's so important to their attack, Zach Lomax.
That was a great front-on view of exactly what Zach Lomax had to do to beat those 3 or 4 South Sydney defenders.
That was extra special. That play by Zach Lomax. I've called Ramsey's put down. We mightn't see better this year. You mightn't see better setup by a centre for his winger this year than what you saw from Lomax.
No, not with so many defenders around him.
Some really good signs for St George Illawarra. And another run for Jaden Sewer there. McCulloch and on for Kerr. And the ball comes loose. Well, that's a momentum killer.
Where do you want the scrum?
Yeah, got to get your 5th tackle off the back of points. They'd made good metres. They're up near halfway. And Lomax, and we've spoken about this sort of pass from him over the last couple of years, but the footwork to beat, and then the dummy on the outside to keep his winger out, just completely fooled Cody Walker, and that's not easy to do. Great instincts, Cody, and look at all those South Sydney defenders just standing around. What had just gone on?
All those shown out in defence there as well. NRL 360 returns March 7, Monday, March 7. Braithen Astor in the host chair alongside of Paul Kent. And we will have a big year on NRL 360 here on Fox League. Rabbitohs, oh, that pass. I don't know whether anyone got their hand to it there. It sort of popped up. And this time it's South Sydney letting the Dragons off the hook.
Yeah, flat ball there to Havili, but he was already marked, and Jack Bird put a shot on him. The ball bounced off Havili's chest.
Havili in his career has played A couple of seasons with the Dragons. Here he is on show with South Sydney. And now Sully, they're rocking and rolling against St George Illawarra. Sully lost it. In the tackle of Ilias getting across. Does he want to challenge it?
He's thinking
Where do you want
about
the
it.
scrum, South? Where do you want the scrum?
He said it was raked out, and he might have been right.
Challenge is over, guys.
New to the club. Is that enough? If you're new to the club, you don't get the challenge. You've got to get 10 games under your belt before you,
He's
you
trying to
take
make-
it seriously.
He's trying to make someone hear him. Listen to me, boys. I was stripped.
So South Sydney electing for the scrum to pack centre ground.
A few quick turnovers. A couple of errors by the Dragons. South Sydney also handing the ball back over in quick time.
12-6 scoreline, 3 tries to 1. Ooh, was for Rabbitohs' work. South Sydney with it now. Jaden Hunt's out there. Big fella, isn't he? The number 19 in the tackle again for St George Illawarra. A handful of first grade matches last year. And this is good from the Dragons. Speed off the line. When they played at their best last year, that was a real feature. They weren't able to maintain it. Arrow with it. Does well for some post-contact metres there. We are 8 minutes away from half-time. Put down by Avili. He's had an unhappy entrance to the game. So look at Avili in the red and green.
Well, 5 minutes of mistakes, both sides. The first 30 minutes of the game was high quality. The last 5 have been a bit scrappy. Avili, as you said, made an error on the left side of the field. That is the second 20-40 ever kicked. First one, Brandon Smith.
Correct, yeah. South Sydney fans unaware, the signing of Havili, you have a fully qualified podiatrist in your first grade squad. I don't think there's another podiatrist maybe ever played in the NRL, but that is one of the qualifications of Havili. Dragons in possession with Hunt. 12 short of halfway. Ben Hunt's game has been good. Amon has done what's required of him, hasn't overplayed his hand, showing us his talents. Molo on that run. There is Amon just turning it back inside. And St George Illawarra march upfield. Burgess on that run. Hunt right left side, and Sloan and Ramsey rather outside in defence. Mansell sometimes criticised, but he certainly got a good shot in there. This kick high and well positioned. Johnston kept his balance. South City 10 from their own line. You break it down, sets like that, the completion rate high, kicking game good. It becomes a simple game, and then you've got the attacking flair. Now you've got to defend.
Lovely ball there from Campbell Graham, who'd come off the right wing.
Cook, run around, but still able to pass. This time Walker kept it going. Just like that, the Dragons are defending inside their own 20. Rabbitohs down a man at the moment. Pass on the bounce. He's happy just to take a run. Avili with the ball in his clutches, last tackle. They will run it. Walker goes out the back. Lomax hangs on. Does more than that. Really strong on Paulo. Tosses him over the sideline.
Yeah, this time they got their defence right down the right side. Nice bust from Cody Walker. Received a terrific pass from Campbell Graham.
They are going to take some action here about the challenge on Graham up inside the 30-metre zone, other end of the field.
Yeah, it was what South Sydney got them in good field position, and it is the beauty about Cody Walker, his ability to run into space.
10 minutes in the bin.
10 minutes in the bin.
We're going up there. It's a penalty to South.
Jaden Hunt it is. I'll just give it a wrap. He's on, the big fella, and he's been pinged and sin binned. Left Graham on the turf. They watch, they allow play to go on, and then they could go back on that foul play. Some probably have a problem with this, that you play out an entire set and and now you go almost into replay mode and go back for a tap inside the 30. Well, it's not how I think rugby league should be played. What about you, Brent?
No, we've gone back 70 metres. Yeah, you know, if they thought something illegal had gone on, and there was cries from the South Sydney players about the shot on Campbell Graham. I was watching Cody Walker, who hit the space off the pass, but they let the set play out. Yeah, I think it's too long, Andrew.
So South Sydney set starts on halfway. And Sele on that first run. You play your super coach with a telegraph. Sele could be a handy pickup this year. Demetrio giving us an indication that he could be starting side front rower. He's well priced in Supercoach. Across to Paulo. Good defence, Lomax. He's having a good night. Offload to Walker. Everything and anything can happen once Cody gets it in his hands. Cook. Arrow. Burgess is going to come back on for the Rabbitohs. Ball is back. He's into the game. Where's George? Thomas 10 metres away from the line. Cook on the play the ball. It was nice and quick. South Sydney, possible overlap right side. Ilias can't get it there. And he's held up by Kerr and by Bird.
Cody Walker's pushed to the right side with Ilias playing the ball.
Last play, but it's a slow play, the ball. Kerr took an age to roll away. There's a poke to the in goal. And you get yourself a repeat set with execution like that.
Just check the sin binning out. The reason the hit on Campbell Graham out of dummy half, sees Cody Walker coming. He'd let go of the ball, so it was late. Slow motion doesn't help.
No.
You look guilty. Slow motion doesn't matter what you've done. Slow motion, you're guilty.
Line drop outfielded by Host. South Sydney getting a good run of possession here. Penalty and then repeat set from the line drop out. Play 25 metres from the line, but been a highly entertaining first half. 3.5 minutes to go. No drinks break either, so we've had the one less stoppage. No 2-minute break at the halfway mark of the first period. And a change of direction here for Paulo. Oh, point, Colin.
That's all it was.
Nothing wrong with that at all from Burgess. South Sydney, Lomax.
Desperate stuff there from Ben Hunt. That's a great tackle from the little man.
Walker's got it over. Hunt was so strong to make the previous tackle, but then Walker flicks the switch and gets to the line to score. You'd want him in every footy team, wouldn't you, Cody Walker?
Just a natural, an absolute natural, Cody Walker. Bob's up on both sides of the field. The tackle from Ben Hunt was a beauty. And here's the jersey grab from Big George on Jackson Paulo just a couple of plays earlier. Kaloamatangi looked like he was through, but the fact that it was a swing, quick play the ball, caught the Dragons defence on their own line, and Walker just dropped and found the try line. That's all he needed to do. Ball lands on the line. McCulloch couldn't do the job to hold him up.
It's the speed of the play the ball that got the try there. Kaloamatangi, I mean, that's quicker than a Cameron Murray play the ball, the way he got up to his feet there.
Well, the manner of the tackle helped, but Ben Hunt, it was just desperation from Hunt. He was on his own. It was a one-on-one stop, and all he had was the jersey. And I thought did a great job to get him to ground, but Kaloamatangi onto his feet quickly. The Dragons on their heels, caught on their heels on the try line.
Taft's first conversion strike. There's great contrast in how kickers so far. Zach Lomax having an unhappy night. He went left, right. The last miss was really an easy kick. Confidence obviously shattered. But Taft struck his first one superbly. Now from the right side of the posts. And there it is with Kirsten. He's missed to the left. 12 points to 10. So we've had 1 from 5 from our kickers. And that was the sideline conversion of Taft. But watch how quick this play the ball is. Bang.
Yeah, hits the ground. No other Dragon there. Tyrell Sloan just backpedaled. He didn't want to try and slow him down, and that was really going to be tough for the Dragons defenders there, who were standing on the line as Cody Walker came at them.
Stay behind.
It's been such a good first half. You're certainly not putting the cue in the rack. You're not going off to make a cup of tea early for half time. You want to watch right up to the last second here. 12-10, final 30 seconds of the first half. And the tradition of the Charity Shield from those early days where two fearsome packs locked horns. I mean, Charlie Frith playing for the Rabbitohs at Redfern Oval.
At 82, the first year, wasn't it?
Craig Young, those players.
They were brutal.
Les Davidson, the Ramplings, Mario over the years. And this has been most entertaining. 5 tries scored, 5 really good tries. The 3 from the Dragons, exceptional. And at half-time, there's a lot to talk about. The Dragons 12 lead the Rabbitohs 10. They haven't had a tackle. I don't think in that George did not make contact with Thomas once.
No, he didn't. Well, Tom spent 10 minutes in the bin, so that certainly didn't help. But
maybe Julie threatened them. Do not go anywhere near your brother. Otherwise, you're on detention. Be grounded. What about the fullbacks? I mean, we've seen Sloan tonight, young Blake Taff. Next game, Broncos Cowboys. Get our fans excited about what we've got on Fox League tonight. The 2 fullbacks, the 2 young fullbacks on show.
Selwyn Cobbo, can't wait to see Selwyn Cobbo in action, and Hamiso Tabuai Fado, who looks like he will nail down the #1 spot. Val Holmes is playing in the centres. For the Cowboys, Chad Townsend, Tom Dearden starting the halves. New signing, Kurt Capel lining up for the Brisbane Broncos. That one's on after full-time here.
They are going to love that at Mackay. It's a late finish to Super Saturday tonight with the time zones. It's a great Super Saturday for a pre-season. Second half underway, Rabbitohs and Dragons. And Dragons fans put their heads down. They were about to buy grand final tickets. And they start the second half with that. Total breakdown there.
How did that kick find space as it did? Where someone's got to be there ready to catch it on the full. Once the ball hits the ground, it can do anything, which it did.
Poor old Matthew Fino. He just comes on at half time. His first involvement. He gets that bounce straight at him, almost took his head off. Line drop out, Dragons. South Sydney will come back. And Burgess it is with that run. And on him there was Blake Laurie. So main men or expected starters getting plenty of game time tonight. Jack Gachewski's now out there as well. He's a former Rabbitoh among his deeds from the past. South Sydney looking to get the first points of the second half with their first set. Kalawamatangi, another quick play the ball that sets it up. Burgess on the run. Caught by Laurie. Just a couple of metres away from the line. Kalawamatangi with another dash at them. Was trying to somehow swing the ball over his head there to ground it. Last tackle, Cook to the right, quick hands, Walker spinning, down he goes. And hands it over. Gentlemanly like, very politely, gives it back to the Dragons.
Well, they survived. That would have been an unforgivable mistake from the Dragons if the Bunnies were able to come up with a try off the back of the ball, finding the dead ball or across the dead ball line. Kalawamatangi has been a handful. Every time he touches the footy, he looks like breaking open the Dragons' defence. Very good start for Kalawamatangi.
Let us go down to the sideline. Jake was around the sheds at half-time. Jake?
Just really interesting to note, Vossi, that both these teams have left a lot of their superstars out of there. And we saw the same thing last night as McCulloch makes a run up the middle. How long exactly do you leave the likes of Cody Walker, Damien Cook, Ben Hunt out there? You know, that these guys are preparing for the Rabbitohs. Have got the Broncos in round 1. The Dragons have got the Warriors. So how much time do you give them? Because they've got to get ready for big clashes in a couple of weeks, but also you don't want to risk injury.
Great kick chase there from the Dragons. I'm sure one feature that Griffin wanted more of in the second half.
And that was Ben Hunt too, Vossi. That nice little nudge down towards the South Sydney goal line, and he led the chase, made the tackle on Blake Taff. That's inspirational from the skipper.
Dragons Warriors will be on our first Super Saturday in round 1, the middle game. And as Jake mentioned, South Sydney against the Rabbitohs, featuring on Friday Night Football on Fox League. Good first Friday night double because Cronulla Canberra will be an intriguing battle. First up, Ricky Stewart up against the new boy Craig Fitzgibbon. And a long kick. Look, they won't mind the result there. 20-metre restart. Set their line and rip in again. Light stake full effect here in Mudgee. Dragons trying to win their first Charity Shield since 2012. It is a long time ago. The best they've done since was a draw in 2015 when it was 12 all. And this is the 5th year straight in Mudgee for this one. And in those years, the Rabbitohs have racked up 22, 36, 26 and 48 points.
And that was last year, 48-16. It was a whitewash, 28-0 after, or 26-0 after half an hour's play. The game was done.
Cody Walker hat-trick last year. He's got one already tonight. Hunt goes to the right side, and Gachevsky is a real goer. He could be a bargain buy for the Dragons this season. Jack Gachevsky. And that kick from Amon. Chases there. And good play by Taff. He is inexperienced in terms of first grade, but he's got the confidence of a 100-game first grader, Blake Taff.
Yeah, we saw that late last year when Latrell Mitchell was suspended. In some of the big games, Blake Taff was very good.
Tane Milner's on for the Rabbitohs. He took the previous role. Mansour had his legs clipped there by Hunt. He came in hot, the landing for the Sauce. Now Arrow, nice run, nice fend, and gets South Sydney outside the 30. Last tackle. That kick is long. I thought it was going to be wide off the boot. In fact, it's outstanding. Well, the Rabbitohs kicking game is good tonight. Sloan lopes back.
And the kicking game is so important, and that's what Jason Demetriou would be happy about. Cornelius, very good off his boot tonight.
We know that Latrell Mitchell's suspension has been reduced by a game. He's in the stands tonight. But I think you're seeing Demetriou, if he had any doubts, he starts the season with, he's got his 7, Ilias. And Taff will start as fullback, and they'll work it out when Mitchell's back available. There he is, Latrell Mitchell. Now for Woods. Burgess was first up with Saliba Havili, Damien Cook. Woods has done all that can be asked of him tonight. Hunts, wide, chance to run. Bird, Solly ran into the full body of Mansour, kept it alive. Hunts with it, brilliant kick by Hunts. Oh, Sloan was beaten to the ball by Damien Cook. He needed all of his speed to get there, Cook.
Well, another decision by the Dragons to run on the 5th play. Jack Bird involved. That was a big collision. Moses Sully and Josh Mansour. And then clever stuff there from Ben Hunt. Sneaks down that short side. Tyrell Sloan looked like he was going to get there, but the bloke that ended up knocking it dead's pretty quick too. Damien Cook saves it for South Sydney.
Line drop out, back underway. The entertainment continues in Mudgee. 12-10. Dragons over the Rabbitohs. Serious hit out ahead of round number 1. And a reminder, Broncos and Cowboys still to come tonight. Live and exclusive on Fox League. And then big analysis as well post that game. We're still getting over the result from Penrith tonight. Parramatta 36-0. Lamone, beautiful. Young talent on show. What a run. Almost all the way to the try line. Hunt now. Tackle count restarts. What a place to reload here. The Dragons. DeBellin. Great front on shot there. Still opportunity for the Dragons. This time Kaloa Matangi on McCulloch. Ilias. His tackle count rising. He's penalised there.
It's not that, it's a high contact.
High contact. He's had a lot of work to do on that right side for South Sydney. No one's kicking penalty goals tonight.
Yeah, well, that's where the Dragons have been particularly dangerous down the left. It started very early.
Laurie goes close on the first run. Old-fashioned, just take a tap, take a barge at the line. Dragons set right, Hunt, Amone, early ball for the outside men. Gachevsky's there, beat a couple. Just taken down by Havili. Dragons, two little goes, a dummy half, play on the call. Amone jumping about the place. Hunt, what a contrast, the experience of Hunt and this unbridled talent and inexperience of Amone. He's no fear. High ball, that's not what you want. Having to go back.
Pass. Still got stuck in his hands almost.
Cullick there. Hunts out the back. Beautiful, Surly. Away to Fionney. Well, the second half started rather poorly for the young fella. But now he finds himself on the score sheet. Been a tough week for his brother. But Matthew Fionney scores there for the Dragons.
Yeah, nice pass from Surly to put Matt Fionney over for the try. And it all started with the run from Amone. Here's the footwork. Just beats Tom Burgess hands down and then almost gets himself to the try line. From there, they got a 6 again call, then a penalty, and then the nice cross-the-face pass from Ben Hunt just got the Dragons on the outside of the defence, and they just had to execute properly, which they did. And another try down the left, their third of the night. Surly quick hands on the outside of Jackson Paulo. Matt Fionney scores try number 4 for the Dragons.
Yes, so Paulo finds himself over at right wing, but things haven't got any better. Yes, Dragons fans celebrating like it's 2010. Poor little Rabbitohs fan in the middle is copying it. Lethal left. Dragons impressed. I mean, that was great by Surly there. I mean, that's not quite up at the highlights package level of some of the earlier tries, but it's pretty smart work.
No, the 3 tries in the first half were spectacular. And you know, some of the individual efforts there from either Cody Ramsey or Zach Lomax were special. Yeah, that's what Surly is at the club. I think he will be a very good signing for the Dragons.
There's some really good signs with their signings. You know, like you're encouraged. If you're a Dragons fan and you've had a wretched run of it, you're encouraged by what you've seen from the recruits. They've missed another one. They needed to sign a goal kicker, perhaps. they're finding some troubles here. 0 and 4 tonight. Lomax will be fine. He just had an off night with his shots.
He's an 80% kicker, Lomax. He'll find his mark.
Yeah. 16-10 scoreline. By the way, Brandy, March 7, Monday, March 7, you're part of the Fox League preview show hosted by Lara, yourself, Michael Ennis. You will go through head to toe of the 16 contenders for the Premiership.
Yep, at cracking pace, we'll get through all 16 clubs and we'll come out with a winner.
Hope you're loving our coverage of the trials here on Fox League. The pre-season like it's never been shown before. You're getting a great heads up on new players, new signings. This will help you super coach all those things by watching Fox League. And later tonight, Broncos v Cowboys after this one. Looking for a 40-20. The angle's there. Taff. Oh, he hasn't got it. He's taken over the line. Dragons get the result. Brilliant from Hunt.
Yes, brilliant kicking from both number 7s. Lachlan Ilias has been very good for the Bunnies. Ben Hunt kicked 3 40-20s last year. Gets his season off to a great start. Not only the 40-20, the kick at crossfield in the first half. They've got them a try. Possession to the Dragons.
Yeah, the 20-40 earlier tonight from Lachlan Ilias. Hunt, Amone right foot step is deadly. We're learning that. The number 6 for the Dragons, Amone, will appear in every game plan of opposition teams. Watch his right foot step. McCulloch, Hunt, he goes left foot.
Oh,
and offload! Sloan doesn't get it down. The referee
Joey,
will check it.
I've got tackle 2. I have no try.
Ziggy says ground
Tyrell
control.
Sloan held
Is that
up.
a
Let's check
try?
that for me. Thanks, mate.
I thought the ball might have bounced, hit the ground, and he bounced back up with it. He stepped straight into Blake Taff. Had him beaten had him beaten, and Blake Taaffe just stood his ground, and Tyrell Sloan steps straight into him. Wrestles, tries to fight his way to the ground. Well, the ball comes free, but then he re-grips
Tyrell
it.
Sloan still has possession at this stage.
Oh, it's
Still has it in his arm, he's held up.
Yeah, it's his arm. It's underneath the
decision?
ball because he's got that in the wrist.
In the crook of his arm, well, sitting on his wrist, and he had it in such an awkward position that he couldn't position it and get it off his own arm.
Yeah, wow.
The play from Ben Hunt, the dummy, the step, the pass.
What about your self-fulfilling prophecy? We're talking about fullbacks here. Sloan, Taaffe. They go head-to-head here, ahead of Cobbo and Hemiso later on Fox League. Night for the fullbacks. Ooh, they get that wrong. Chemsky almost into the back of Tautau Moga. McCulloch, Hunt, and then Laurie. South Sydney, a bit of goal line defence on show. At 16-10, that is 4 tries to 2. Ooh, Amone's lost it, and the Rabbitohs no advantage.
Knock on Dragons
South
first,
Sydney
South second. Where do you want the scrum, South?
will have the scrum feed.
Well, the piece of play from Ben Hunt, I thought deserved a try. Sloan was over, stepped straight into Blake Taaffe. Throws it back into Laurie that time in the middle, and there's the mistake.
Only their 5th handling error of the night. Got to be happy with that, Dragons.
There's only been 4 by the Bunnies, and they all seem to come in that 10-minute period at stage through that first half. Otherwise, it's been a high-quality game with very few mistakes.
Match of 8 line breaks. South Sydney now out of trouble with Nichols. He starts his last season for the Bunnies. Now Cook and Host. Straightforward stuff from the Rabbitohs, and they get a penalty out of it as well.
Jack, around the neck.
Around the neck. Lekajewski called out. Swings and roundabouts in this match. Dragons on top there for a period. Now South Sydney to have a set inside the Dragons half. If the coaches wanted to see all aspects of their team tested tonight, well, we pretty much got that through 55 minutes. South's just a few metres in. Oh, he's lost it. Well, captain's challenge. What's going to happen?
Let's see the reaction, the look on his face. No, he's not going to challenge that.
Giving it up.
Just trying to play the ball quick. The unfortunate South finally getting a chance to mount an attacking set on the Dragons, and Mark Nichols has turned it over.
Well, he had a spider's web coming out of his head. Mark Nichols, unusual shot. Dragons membership, you're getting excited about the season and what you've seen the last 2 weeks on Fox League. Not excited about that drop ball, but for membership, dragons.com.au/membership. You get team store discounts. There's plenty more. And membership packages start at $50. You want to support the red and the white of the Dragons. South Sydney with Cook. And the through goes Beck Nichols. Have a look at Beck Mark. Striding out. Much improved player who then has lost it for a second time. That spider's causing him massive issues.
Oh no, play 1 and now play 2. Mark Nichols puts it down. A lovely ball from Lachlan Ilias to the line, just holds it up. Outside defence read the man behind. And Mark Nichols not often finds himself in space, but he's not even thinking about challenging that one either. Just comes free. And it came free when he hit the ground.
He'll be on his hat-trick ball next run. Mark Nichols, sadly for him. He's gone 0-2. Ravalawa brings it back. Powerhouse for the Dragons. By the way, we're getting through this game, it would seem, without injury to this point. Let's hope that remains the case. If you missed it earlier tonight, Maverick Geyer, what a contrast to last week.
Oh, that's a big hit. That's a big hit.
The cheek cam out there for the Rabbits. Maverick Geyer, dislocated elbow for Penrith earlier tonight.
Tackle 4, George Burgess. The lever's not well. Tackle 4, George.
And he's just sent a text too to say that it's okay.
Oh.
Came straight back in and he's feeling good.
Well, a result like that can be on a dislocated elbow. It might be 2-3 weeks.
Yeah, if there's not much ligament damage, that's the key to how long a dislocated elbow stays out. Yeah, that's Michael Cheekham, new to the South Sydney team, head clash.
But it's Avili who's off the field for another incident. So a bit happening out here for the Rabbitohs. It's been a mixed night in his first game for the Red and Green.
Well, once he got past the couple of drop balls, he's been strong, I think. And he'll be very handy come along season.
Well, he was at Canberra, wasn't he? Ricky relied on him many times. He's now got into that middle forward role. Dragons with Hunt. End on end there. Down on one knee. Rabbitohs back in possession. But at the moment, the colours may be lowered in the Charity Shield. Richard Kennard had that carry back damage to the Broncos last year, but probably a first grade experience.
You don't speak too soon. There's 22 minutes left.
No, you'd have to think there's at least a try or two still to come from South Sydney, but on what I've seen of the Dragons attack, I don't think they're going to shut shop. Walker, tipped on. Brilliant work from Tane Milne. Now Paulo. Gee, having a night. He's been centre and wing, both sides of the field. Now Nichols, hang on to it, Mark. 22 metres away from the line. Well done. South, now Ilias, and Walker. He just had a little bobble and is caught in possession. Second time on the last tackle for Cody Walker tonight.
I like what Lachlan Ilias did, though. He really straightened things up, and that's the key for a halfback around the ruck. You need to commit those defenders on the inside so they just can't slide off onto your ball players, and a couple of times Lachlan Ilias has performed it very well.
Lachlan Ilias, former student of Trinity Grammar. It's a real change of the guard that, you know, a part of the production line of some of these players that we're seeing out of a school system that was only attached to rugby union. And more and more we are seeing things change. Some good talent there as well. Seeing young Cooler for Manly last night, former student of Newington. South Sydney's captain this year, Cameron Murray, is former Newington. Ball goes high, Kennard's underneath it. Straight away linking up with Blake Taff. And Taff does well. Nice evasive work to get Souths almost back to the 20. Again, a show of Taff's confidence. Every bit a first grader. The local juniors of the Rabbitohs. Now Kennard in off the wing. Prove his credentials. Need depth, he would add to it. Ilias gets inside the Dragons half. We're seeing a lot from the South Sydney halfback. Rabbitohs trying to get that left side, haven't quite unlocked it tonight. Alex Johnston has had a quiet night. This kick out Ravalawa's way. Paulo will bat it back, then bat it on. Still on for South Sydney. Have they got another kick in them? Cook is with it. Cook, beautiful stepping. Beautiful stepping, Cook. Now he's beaten another couple. He was a rabbit on the run, wasn't he?
That was Mark Nichols that kicked that and chased. And Sloan beats a couple, but only can find 5 metres there.
He's just got better and better through his career. Mark Nichols now he's tipping over the top.
Michael Cheekham.
Cook, stop, start. Just what chance have you got to get him? You just ricochets off a couple of defenders to keep things going.
Oh, style. Perfect.
Hey, ended up right on the try line.
Great
That's
kick.
where you want it to land.
Maybe Bennett signed him for the halves in the Dolphins' first year. Haven't seen that.
Pretty good story, Mark Nichols. Not really a high priority at South Sydney through 2020, and then played every game last year. Gets signed for a 2-year deal with the Dolphins. He's He's done a good job to continue his career and keep it going.
Well, for a period there, he was a 20 to 30 minute player. That's all he was coming off the bench. Now he's middle forward tonight. We've got the Broncos and the Cowboys to come up after this one, but we've got a bit to go here. Just under 19 minutes. Sully with it. Ball of muscle gets away from a couple. These are great signs for the Dragons, what we're seeing from a fit and healthy Moses Sully. Dragons now apply the pressure. Tola shut it down. Still on. Right side Hunt. Right foot step. Hunt loses the ball. Walker comes back with it. Rabbitohs possession. If he lost it over the line, Rabbitohs should have it from the 20, but it's play on. Walker stays down. Where does he lose it?
I know he didn't get the ball down, but how dangerous has he been? Well, he loses it early. Hasn't even stopped play. No advantage given to South Sydney by allowing play to continue. But Hunt, close to the line. Almost, well, he put Tyrell Sloan over. Sloan just couldn't get the ball down, and now his footwork's got himself in. He's been able to get himself into the in-goal area.
Not tackle 4. We just stopped it up there for Saliva, guys.
So, some more troubles. Jackson Ford got one in the eye rather than... Yeah, he did. He got the start of the eye, didn't he? That could have really been nasty for Ford. Watch this at the finish. Bang.
Well, it looks all right. There's no cut there, so it's...
Just posting the crowd here, just under 10,000 at Glen Willow Stadium. For those of you interstate, the drive from Sydney to Mudgee is about 4 hours. You go up over the Blue Mountains. It's a bit treacherous today in the rain, the drive, but once you got the Lithgow and turn right, it was all good. Down for Ramsey, who started the game. I mean, you could do a highlights package just from Ramsey's first 20 minutes tonight. It would be must-see viewing.
It was Dean Hawkins who put the kick in. He's on the field now. Played in the trial last week against the Cowboys.
Maybe Noali's out there. He's the one with the curly hair. Big boy, isn't he? We saw him just a couple of times in first grade last year. He's wearing the 21 for the Rabbitohs. He is a unit. So, bench players getting their input now. Molo playing it. That's Francis. You've got Michael as well on the bench tonight. And, nice offload for Ramsey. That was pretty handy from Matthew Fionney. It's got better since the second half kickoff. Hunt tries to chip over the top. Nowhere near as good as Mark Nichols. And South Sydney back with it through Hawkins. There it was, onto the right boot. One bounce to Hawkins. That's a fair shot. That is Jackson Ford, so he's okay. No problems whatsoever. Stung Michael Cheekham. Now this time Walker just slowing it up. Interesting that Walker's been left out there. Brandon's still 16 minutes to go. Thought maybe you hand it over to the rookies now, but Walker's still on, and he goes high to Ravalawa. Takes it in front of Paulo.
Yeah, coaches will have to have a quick think. Ben Hunt's still out there for the Dragons. They've made a number of replacements though, both sides.
Dragons with the ball. I mean, yes, you like to win, but bigger picture result inconsequential. If it's me, I'm taking off my superstars now. I've seen enough. I've got them ready for the season. Here's Bird. Just outside their 30, the Dragons. Oh, quick old ball that. He has to make something of it.
Josh Maguire into dummy half. Cullick's off.
Now Hunt. And Maguire got a run in the earlier game as well. So he's having his second run for the night. Now Sloan luck play from the Dragons, and it's all shut down by the Rabbitohs. But it's worth trying.
Well, again, a play on last. They decide to run the ball. That's 3 times they've done it tonight. The first 2 times, pretty spectacular. They came up with results.
You're watching Sloan from the commentary box. His support play is something that is one of his best assets. He's just hovering, and he's got the speed to get there for a half chance.
I'm pretty sure he'll be the #1 come round 1 for the Dragons.
So 16-10, South Sydney 30 metres away from the Dragons line. Walker wants it left.
Half pass.
And they've got it as a forward pass from the Bunnies. Anti-climax there. Well, Romano Cook won't be happy about that one. Here he is, the young fella. I've seen worse, but I can live with the decision. I think it was forward.
I think there was 2 forward passes.
You might as well double down on it.
Either one. Pull up either one.
That one you would think would be a sideline official call, but again, I gave a rap to the referee earlier. I'm surprised he hasn't had more games, and I think he's going well tonight. Everyone's on trial getting ready for the season, but Adamski, I think he's up to it. He had to deal with a bit of tempers frayed earlier, handled that. He's had a couple of sin binnings, he's handled them. Seems a fairly composed referee on show here. Oh, that's just a little tipping action there from Hawkins, not called. That was on Michael Molo, so you got the brothers there. Now for Josh Kerr. There's a fair bit of forward depth at the Dragons. Keep in mind tonight, Tarek Sims was not considered because of a very minor calf injury.
But they're saying he'll be right for round 1.
Moses Mbai also not considered because of a slight injury. He will be available for round 1 as well, one of their off-season signings. We talked to a couple of Origin players there, Mbai and Sims, to throw back into the mix.
Yeah, Latrell Mitchell, of course, not there, won't be available round 1, but will be in 2, and I guess they're hoping the skipper, Cameron Murray, will be there.
So this is high, and underneath it again, Taff. Cool as you like, gets up and runs. Eventually caught by a moan.
If you're a fullback, there's a number of players that you don't want bearing down on you as the ball's landing. One of those is Mikhaili Ravalawa. He comes flying through like the missile, and he's just glanced Blake Taff. Fortunately, did enough just to get himself out of the road.
Host and now Cook. Better from young Romano Cook in the hooking role there. Took his opportunity to straighten up the attack. Kick is well placed from inside the 40, finding the grass, but Ramsey is onto it. A little bigger, a little stronger, and just as quick this season. Ravalawa's now with the ball. He's wound up. Oh, offload. Put down on the inside.
Oh, it was there to be taken.
The 2 wingers.
Ramsey threw a speculate out to Ravalawa, who must have had his heart in his mouth for a moment, Ramsey, because the big Fijian looked like he might put it down. He juggled it, and then off he goes. He's a powerhouse. In the end, Jackson Paulo did a job. Might have been a bit hard on Ramsey. It was low, it was down around his knees, and he was travelling quick.
Dynamic.
But a chance for something spectacular there.
Very different in their appearance, those 2 wingers, but they could be a dynamic duo. One left, one right, and there they were combining.
While that was happening, boys, Cody Walker has finally come off the field for South Sydney. He was on the ground a little bit, limped off a little bit, Ginger, but he seems all right. Blake Taff and Damien Cook also replaced for South Sydney.
Yes, he's putting on the cotton wool suit, I think, Jake, is how you could word it. Wrapped in cotton wool, ready for round 1. We'll see you there, Cody. First Friday night of the year on Fox League when the Rabbitohs take on the Adam Reynolds skippered Broncos. You'll see it on Fox League. After the Sharks and the Bulldogs, here's hosts. The Sharks and Raiders, first Friday night it is, followed by Rabbitohs Broncos.
That was good contact there from the Dragons, and it needed to be.
This is 5 metres away from the line. Hawkins chopped out of the play there. Last tackle, so no Walker. Who's going to step up here and take them left side? It is the kick through of Jack Campagnolo. Yes, they have another 6 out there. Jack is wearing the number 6. Another star of the Intrust Super Cup from last year. Rabbitohs informed us earlier that when he came on, he would come on with number 6. And he's done that. And he's involved in the play again there. Broncos and Cowboys still to come tonight. Another 9.5 minutes here. Mackay is the venue for that one, the last hit out of the Cowboys and the Broncos. Can they? Oh, there's a shot. It ends up with Ravalawa. Kennar got the tackle in. Not Ravalawa, Ruben on the left side. Now there's a third entrant. Can you have a dynamic duo with 3? Because if Ruben plays at his best, his try-scoring best, you got some serious wing talent.
Well, he's a prolific try scorer. Jonathan Ruben out here on the left wing in the 25 jumper. Hunt throws a dummy again. I've been impressed with Ben Hunt's game. Controls it even though it was coming out. And Jaden Hunt, the footwork to get himself almost in behind the South's line, just knock on as he hit the ground.
And he's also been replaced. Brandy Ben Hunt on the sidelines. He's in the cotton wool as well.
Well, he's had a strong start, as had Cody Walker, who has only just left the field too.
They're playing Ruben in the centres, the Dragons, with Fiona on his outside. And there he is, Ruben, getting involved in the tackle. So they're all getting a run now. Dragons came here with a squad of some 25 players. South Sydney likewise, and by the end of the night, we'll have our half century. I think we may even be there now. Cook up on that left side with Hawkins and Campagnolo. With the cramp as a moan, that's not going to help them. One man down, defending here, inside their 20. He hobbles back, he's called into the defence there. The kick may have ricocheted off his leg.
It might have been offside. It's Maleeson, 24.
Great.
Hooker that scored a try in last week's game.
We have a captain's challenge, tackle 1. Okay, on-field ruling is St George knock on.
All right, so we've gone through tonight without drinks breaks. We've now got a captain's challenge.
Off the
Just looking to determine if there's a knock on from St George. At this point, the ball is not played out by Tautau Moga.
It's Campagnolo kicking into Tautau Moga's leg. And then it's gone under the torso.
Did he land on top of that before there was a little knock on there? He made a meal of it.
The St George Illawarra player has knocked on the ball. The challenge is unsuccessful.
And by the way, it's not accidental. It's not accidental offside if he dives on the ball. I mean, there was probably a case to rule that there.
That's what I thought. I thought he was offside.
So it could have been a double whammy. We put in a captain's challenge.
Where do you want the scrum?
And the bunker then says,
middle scrum, South
well,
Sydney.
actually, penalty Rabbitohs.
Middle scrum, South.
As it is, they'll get the ball anyway.
Josh back here. Josh on the team.
Crowd will stay right to the end on this instalment of the Charity Shield. Again, that stat, Dragons have not won the Charity Shield since 2012. South Sydney, we've had the draw, was the closest they got. The draw's not out of the picture here with 7 to go. South's got something planned here on the right side. Here they go. Campagnolo backing himself 10 metres from the line. Dummy half is Cook. So we've got Cook replacing Cook at hooker, and we've got 6 replacing 6 at 5'8". Smoke and mirrors from the Rabbitohs. Hawkins goes short there to Cheekham. A valuable utility player for the Rabbitohs. Not a bad signing. Solid shot there. And the Dragons' goal line defence getting tested, getting into the championship minutes of the match. Poke through from Hawkins! Taken dead by Ravalawa.
He must have thought about letting that one go, Ravalawa. It was hovering over the dead ball line when he made a play at it. Dean Hawkins, the man to put the kick in. He did sit up though. It sat up and almost forced him to play at the ball. They get another opportunity here, South Sydney. Can they level things up final 6 minutes of the game?
I like what playmakers have done. Thrown in the match, Hawkins has done plenty. Campagnolo straight away has done plenty. You know, as a coach, you're really happy with that. There's nothing timid about the entry of the blokes that aren't the first choice playmakers. Totola running it back there.
You know, as a coach, you want the confidence. If one of your key playmakers are injured, you've got confidence just to bring up the ones underneath, and they have done a good job.
Well, Matangi playing it for Cook. That is Campagnolo. Pass in wasn't good. Alekele not able to gather it in. It was not a sort of ball you want for your first big run of the night. Dribbled along the ground. Commentators curse in good form early in the season.
A couple of talented kids on the outside here. That's one of them, Terrell Kalo. Josiah Karapani just patting him on the head. And a word from South Sydney that Karapani is an absolute talent and a chance to play in the centres this year if he continues to sort of form or lives up to the billing that they've got of him.
So the Dragons' first 5 rounds there. And it'll all start with the Warriors. But then a match against the Panthers. They love taking on the Sharks, of course. Eels and Rabbits. It's a tough draw. Tough draw based on last season's results. So Dragons with it. And Michael Molo, it is... Gee, it's a good wrap for the Intrust Super Cup in Queensland. The number of players we're seeing, members of first grade squads this year. Ramon's footwork again is a threat. He's more than a threat here. He's a wonderful talent to watch. Just like Cody Walker, pure footballer.
And a couple of times tonight, his footwork has been able to beat any number of South Sydney defenders and find himself in behind it.
Even with crampy stepping past defenders. De Bellin will play it. This to try and kick the Dragons clear. Josh Maguire. Can't offload. That's a little disappointing. He lost his way there. Watch him moan again.
Great balance, great footwork, he's strong.
So we've been watching his right foot most of the night. He's produced a couple of lefts there. Skillful and confident. There's plenty of them, of the young brigade for the Dragons. Through the hardship of last year, suddenly these young players have got first grade experience to the point where the Dragons are able to trot out a squad tonight. I mean, they can write 30 names down on a sheet that have all played or all had a taste of first grade. I don't think too many clubs can do that.
It runs deep, doesn't it? The Dragons' experience. It's a very experienced outfit with some young players there to certainly exciting.
Storm Roosters and Panthers all in the first 5 rounds for the Rabbitohs. Offload. So here is this young fella, Karapani.
Don't forget Jaden Sullivan's not out here too. Hamstring injury will, let's see him miss the first couple of rounds.
3 minutes to go. Don't be turning off after this one. Cowboys and the Broncos. And as we highlighted to start the second half, the feature, or one of the features, the clash of the two young fullbacks. Selwyn Cobbo gets better by the game. And Hamiso Tabuai Fido is now an Origin player already. And he's got the number 1 on his back for the Cowboys. That alone has me watching tonight. The last hit out to the Broncos and the Cowboys heading into the 2022 season. Dragons now on the cusp of victory. And that will be 2 from 2 pre-season.
Yeah.
Against Fair Company.
In the 10-year reign, Charity Shield been in the hands of South Sydney.
George Burgess. So we haven't seen George make contact with Tom, or Tom make contact with George. Julie Burgess is relieved. Ball deep. And the Rabbitohs need to pull something out of the box here. Defence like that won't make it easy. Burgess was really strong, and then on Paulo this time. The Dragons are hungry to claim the Charity Shield. Look at this. Red and white coming up from every angle. Burgess again. The Rabbitohs will look for another 20-40. They won't quite get the distance. And St George Illawarra mightn't give South Sydney another use of the football here. Well, that would have been something. Two 20-40s.
Well, that's encouraging. That defence from the Dragons. 6 points clear. Didn't want South Sydney to get out of their own end, forcing them to kick the ball from inside their own 20. That's exactly what you want from your side. That will make Anthony Griffin as happy as some of the most spectacular tries he's seen tonight.
Just under 80% completion rate for both teams, so they've given themselves a chance to show us their wares tonight. Leeson getting into dummy half, slow to his feet to Bellin. He knows how much time is left on the clock. The Dragons on a last play here, right side, Amon delivers, Maguire offloaded, back they go. Ravalawa attracting attention, now tackled, and the Rabbitohs will want to get hold of it quick. Referee says time off.
Last play.
Time off, so there will be one more play. Crowd was getting already, wanting to hear the full-time siren. Here it is. One play to finish. The Rabbitohs won't do any more than that. And look at the smiles on the St George Illawarra faces. It means more than a pre-season win, this one. The rich tradition of the Charity Shield, and it's been a lean trot for the Dragons in this contest. But they break through tonight, and I can't wait to see them round one on Fox League. St George Illawarra scoring 4 tries to 2, defeat the Rabbitohs by 16 points to 10.